Aloha, Capitol Watchers. I'm looking forward to the green t-shirts with the insignia on it showing that you're all Capitol Watchers. And you know, amazingly, that carries a great deal of weight in this building. You should see what legislators do when they're behind the committee table and they see the color of the shirt walking in, knowing what that symbolizes. We haven't had representation from the environment before in a symbolic way, where people say, wow, there are 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people in this room with the green t-shirt that are paying attention to what we behind the table are going to vote on. Let me tell you about two measures that really didn't make it. One failed and the other got shanghaied. And it was because we didn't have a group such as this pulling together, coming to say, don't do that, and being there physically so the legislators would know. The first was the barrel tax. And as a Republican, I voted to increase taxes, which certainly didn't intimidate anyone, but I did it where it was raising the price, the tax per barrel of oil from 5 cents to $1.05, with the purpose that that additional dollar would go to fund green energy and food security. And I thought, okay, I'm not thrilled with raising taxes, but I am for this purpose. Oil is bad, tax it, let's use less of it, and let's put the money that's placed on that barrel of oil toward renewable energy and food security. Fine, the bill goes through the House, the bill goes through the Senate, it goes into conference committee in the final days of the legislature. And that's when the switch occurred. The budget committees took 60 cents out of that dollar and put it into the general fund, absolutely stripping it away from the renewable energy and the food security. It was a dirty trick. It happened, and the public really, by the time it happened, it was a done deal. But if this room had been filled, if that budget committee and that conference committee had been filled with green shirts, Capitol Watchers, I don't think that would have happened, or it certainly would have been a lesser figure. Because that's where we need to be able to signal to you, look at this is likely to happen or possibly will happen, and to have you show up and be there. I'm putting in a bill which will have bipartisan support to take that 60 cents out of the general fund and put it back where it belongs, which is 50% to green energy and 10% to food security. It's going to be a hard sell, because once something goes into the general fund, it's like the budget committees just won't give up on that money. That's their free money. Well, the result will be that the Energy Division of the Department of Business and Economic Development will have to downsize if it doesn't get this money back. They've been living on ARA funds, the stimulus funds, and they're going to have to downsize, which means, okay, Hawaii, how are you going to reach your clean energy initiative goal of 70% clean energy by the year 2030? Forget it, you won't have the money to do it. The other one was the PACE bill. And that was where it's a great idea. It's in place in numerous jurisdictions across the nation. If you want to put photovoltaic or solar on your roof, but you can't pay the upfront cost, and particularly for photovoltaic, then what happens is you can get the funding to do that. Your payback is put onto your property taxes, and you pay it back over a 20, 25 to 30-year period. And in the meantime, you're saving the money from lower or no electric bills, and you can then, more than even out, you'll actually make money with this operation. PACE got killed in the last days of the session. Why? Banking industry came in and they said, gee, this is going to be put in the form of a lien on the home, therefore it's not going to be as easy to sell the houses. Well, wrong, absolutely wrong, and NREL, the National Laboratory has done a study showing that homes that are green outfitted raise up in value, sell faster, and that report is available. So the banking industry doesn't have a leg or a dollar bill to stand on. The other group that came in was county. And city and county came in whining, we don't want to have to deal with the collection of this on the property tax bills. Well, those are the things that if Capitol Watchers are advocating, going over in a group, it doesn't have to be more than 5, 10 in the green shirts with the insignia, because it does carry a message, going over and meeting with the new mayor and saying, okay, put all the comic comments aside, Mayor Carlisle. I mean, he's great with one-liners, but we want you to support Case. And we want you to support it this coming session. And don't wait till the bill is reintroduced. Go ahead and do it in advance. Get the mayor's support. Get him on board. And offer him a green shirt to become a Capitol Watcher. You can make a huge difference, all of you. And you've started it today by showing up, and you're an awesome group. I see so many new faces in here, and it's wonderful. Now let's become identified. Let's get those green shirts, Robert. Where are you? There we are. And everyone could pay costs for them, that we don't ask you to donate them, but let's get them and let's band together and become Capitol Watchers and get those two measures and all of the other environmental measures through this coming session. Thank you all.